So I've been guided to this spot by a Muckleshoot, or rather Duwamish native. We are in Seattle city limits, and I'm not going to even tell you guys any more than that, but we are in Seattle city limits, and look at this beauty. This is a stretch of the stream that was never developed. There's development within a block or two, but this was never developed, and you can still see the stone cut banks that are so old and the different seasons cut into them. And you know what's incredible? Here we are over 9 miles away from where the outflow of this creek is, and yet I saw a cutthroat. There was a cutthroat trout in here, despite the dams and the culverts and people's sewage, everything that's against these fish. They're coming back, and that's just incredible. Now, there are issues, to say the least. There are issues of quite a large proportion in the fact that there's Himalayan blackberries, and if you can make out over here, there's English ivy, which is not at all native. But that's okay for the fish. The fish will come back if the plants are wrong, as long as they're filling the right niches. And here you can see just a natural stream bank, which is so hard to find in Washington, anywhere near a city. And you can see the different levels. You can see the old growth trees. They cut one down and another one's growing out of it. Look at the artist conchs growing out of that fallen tree there. You can draw on the underside of those, and there's a waterfall coming out of the creek over there. Now, in this pool, as I came around the corner, 2 fish darted, and they were at least 9 to 12 inches. So let me get back up where I was, and I'll wait, and if I see them again, I'll definitely share it with you. But look at this ravine. The nearest house is way up somewhere. Yeah, up there. You can see the roof of it. But look at all the ferns. These are all indigenous ferns. And those big old sword ferns. There's licorice ferns. There's sphagnum moss. There's all sorts of stuff here that I don't see anywhere else in the city. You have to go a ways out of the city to see. Even just stones like this, they don't get left behind in the city. They get moved. They were cleared for farms at one point, and they get cleared again later on. And it looks like someone's planted cedar trees here. And I would assume it is the Duwamish Nation that's done that. And I'm trying to get a view of that waterfall, but I'm not gonna at all go off path, because just hearing about this place is an honor, and I don't want to disrespect anything by being here and trampling anything, but I had to share this incredible sight in the middle of the city with you guys. Guys, I have to share this too. I got around the bend and was able to cut back. There's a path, and goes through stinging nettles, but I'm okay with that. I'll pay for that later. We have a beaver dam here, and here we can see that same continuation of the river and that waterfall that I could see bits of flowing off this sunlit gully. And yeah, I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. I don't know if you guys can make them out, but here's the far end of that log that was covered in artist conch fungi, and unfortunately also English ivy. But look at the water. There's stones, there's sand, there's pebbles, there's sand bars, and there's even like old meadow and old ancient tree roots and the root balls that are so crucial. You can see that there's everything from mountain beaver or some sort of little rodent burrows over there, or weasel burrows. And then here we've got the big old Beaver Dam that stretches all the way across and probably made this into a pond right here at one point. That's probably why this is still a little meadow and opened up a bit. But time has moved on, and it looks like the beavers probably have too, because the water's flowing through it pretty good, and the mud isn't packed on like they usually would do. What an incredible spot. And we know that there's salmon, or trout at least, here. I'm definitely coming when the salmon run is in, and we'll have to see if they're actually making it, because this is just incredible.